All right, let's dive deeper into today's action and check in with our reporters to see what they're following at the close. Abigail, let's start with you.
Scarlett, let's break down the record high for the S&P 500 using a chart that we've been using for a while. It was neutral a couple of weeks ago, but then it turned more bullish than neutral. Here we are, one-year chart. The reason that we had somewhat of a neutral trend, this sideways back and forth between the bulls and the bears, what turned it bullish a couple of weeks ago, another higher low. That tells you that buyers have more conviction on each dip. We also have a rising 200-day moving average. That speaks to the conviction of the buyers. We now have the RSI coiling up out of a coil. That's bullish. All of this on the record high, suggesting, Mike, we could see more strength ahead for the S&P 500.
Thanks, Abigail. Well, one place there wasn't strength today was in your defensive and yield proxy stocks, such as consumer staples, utilities, and real estate. But interestingly, a $260 million ETF that focuses on defensive stocks actually rose today. It's the Invesco Defensive Equity ETF. It's actually outperformed the S&P 500 by about 1 percentage point this year. And the fund equal weights about 100 S&P 500 stocks that have strong risk-return profiles during market volatility. But its holdings aren't exactly what you would think of when you think of the textbook definition of defensive stocks. Healthcare products is actually the biggest group at almost 10%. But after that, it's software, electronics, diversified financials, retail, and bank stocks. They all have at least a 5% allocation in this ETF. So, Renita, it shows you that defensive really is in the eye of the beholder.
Mike, we did see some strength in the precious metals complex with palladium, which surged to a record high as clean air rules boosted demand for the metal. It's used in vehicle pollution control devices, by the way. And there's been some concern that palladium's high price could prompt automakers to find low-cost materials for their pollution control equipment. But so far, there's no sign of that happening. Although car sales have been sluggish, tighter environmental laws in China and Europe are boosting palladium consumption, and speculation that the U.S. and China are moving closer to a trade deal is also lifting prices today. TD Securities' Ryan McKay says also better overall sentiment in the industrial metals complex is helping as well. Now, palladium is up more than 40% year to date, and Bloomberg intelligence analysts say production is likely to continue to trail use through 2020 amid increasing demand.